I didn't come into the world guilty. I was taught that. Taught to feel bad for taking up space, for having needs, for wanting more than survival. Somewhere along the way, love became conditional and silence became safety. I learned early that disappointment carried consequences, so I learned to anticipate it, to prevent it, to shrink myself before anyone else could. That's what conditioned guilt does. It trains you to apologize for breathing too loudly in your own life. I say sorry when I've done nothing wrong. I explain myself before anyone asks. I carry responsibility that was never mine to hold. Not because I'm weak, but because I adapted. Because I was praised for being agreeable, for being understanding, for being the one who didn't cause trouble. But nobody asked me what it cost to be that easy. Nobody asked what parts of me I buried to keep the peace. Conditioned guilt whispers, if you rest, you're lazy. If you say no, you're selfish. If you choose yourself, you're abandoning others. So I stayed. I overgave. I overextended. I stayed loyal to pain long after it stopped being holy. And when I finally felt the weight of it, the exhaustion, the resentment, the quiet grief, I thought something was wrong with me. But nothing was wrong. I was waking up. Waking up to the truth that responsibility without reciprocity is not love. That empathy without boundaries is self-betrayal. That guilt is not the same as conviction. Some guilt is learned. Some guilt is inherited. Some guilt is the echo of someone else's unmet expectations. And I don't have to keep carrying it just because it was handed to me early. I'm learning to pause when guilt shows up and ask, is this mine? Or was I trained to feel this way? I'm learning that saying no doesn't make me cruel. That choosing rest doesn't make me irresponsible. That protecting my peace doesn't make me unloving. It makes me whole. I'm unlearning to reflex, to punish myself for growing. Unlearning the fear that freedom will cost me belonging. Because the truth is, the people who need me small were never offering real love anyway. I am not guilty for becoming who I needed when no one showed up. I am not guilty for setting boundaries where wounds used to be. I am not guilty for finally choosing myself. That guilt, it may have shaped me, but it doesn't get to define me anymore.